What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another solo Leveling Arise video. First off, shout out to Alpha Leaker, Kazi and Nato for putting this one together. The exclusivity continues where Alpha Leaker will be working with them, I guess, to bring out videos. So you will need to watch their video first to get the full coverage, and then you can see my reaction to it. So the original video that we're about to watch will be in the description of my video. So go check out Nato's and Kazi's video and give them a like and subscribe, of course. So we're going to take a look at Hansi May. That's right. I'm going to call her Legsy May because there's a lot of legs right there. God damn, they always get legs right in this game. So, this is going to be a healer type unit, another wind unit coming in, and some crazy ass reason she coming in with GUNHEE. So I can only imagine one of two things are going to happen. Either this is going to be a unit we will be able to summon on as an SR unit, or this is an SSR unit. And for the first time, we're going to have two units coming at once, which will kind of ruffle a little bit of feathers, because if it's two units at once and people are going for GUNHEE and then they have to now compete to get Hansi May at the same banner, that may piss off a lot of people. Yeah, that's going to piss off a lot of folks. Anyways, let's check out what she's all about. I'm going to be watching this video with you guys and doing some reactions to it. And let's hope and pray that she's worth the tickets that we're going to be spending to level up the rest of our wind unit. So without further ado, let's go in.
Have you back?
It's good to be back. How are you?
Doing well, thanks. How about you?
I'm good.
All right, so we've got another cool video here today, I see. Can you tell us a bit about what we're looking at here?
So in the video, as you can see, we can see the new hunter, Hansi May. She is a wind support. She is similar in nature to more Min than she does to Meilin.
So that's good news. More Min than Meilin. All right, let's see.
She is basically a healer, also, as you can see from her abilities, but there is a gimmick to it that you will see when she releases. As you can see in the video, her entire kit is based around plants, basically. By the way, for people who don't recognize her, she is the A-Rank hunter from the Hunters Guild. So yeah, she has a very interesting kit. It feels very smooth. The animations are very smooth. It is more similar to Meilin Cat Paws skill that gives the buffs after you use it. And then her second skill is area of damage and
MP and HP Restorer. So I'm confused because Alpha, you first said she's more like Min, but now she's more like Meilin. So I'm a little confused which one we're looking at here. She kind of seems like more like Meilin, to be honest, than Min, from what I'm seeing, but the healing aspect of it is more like Min. So I think more of an AoE healer with an MP Restorer. So quite honestly, if we're going to compare it to anybody at this point, I would have compared it to GUNHEE, who restores MP and has AoE heals. So GUNHEE is probably the more common comparison maybe you want to do, just because it seems like she does, at this point at least in the video, we're very early on, that's what she seems to be cooking up here.
Healing. It's a very big AoE skill. I think it's the biggest support skill we currently have. Her ultimate, which is not shown here, is basically, I can describe to you the animation, is basically her holding a flower and then just releasing it in like a shockwave sort of, and her support skill is her landing into the ground and then pushing enemies away, although it might.
So for some odd reason, she's creating ice body armor when casting that skill specifically. I noticed that happened the third time now. So that skill seems to give her the ice body armor. I'm not sure what a wind unit is doing with ice. Alpha, if you watch this, bro, is this something that you customized, or is this actually her kit? Because it doesn't make any sense for her to be able to get ice body armor. Wouldn't like a thorn make more sense, like a thorn shield? Anyways, just curious, because this is exactly what Alicia gets, and she's water element. So let me know if you watch this, bro, and if you can maybe touch base on that.
Change and also giving buffs. So yeah, that's basically the general description of the character itself.
Well, that sounds pretty cool. Yeah, I could see the AoE is huge, like you mentioned. So any enemies that are in there will get damaged, and allies will get healing and buffs, or?
Yeah, that's the basic idea for that skill. Although again, the kit is not finalized, and I cannot share more details about what I know. But yeah, that's the general description of the skill.
So yeah, GUNHEE. That's if you're gonna describe anyone, not Min, not Meilin, it's literally an upgraded version of GUNHEE. That's what I would have gone with that, because that makes me. She does literally the same healing circle. Anything inside of it will get hurt. She restores MP. She restores HP. Quite honestly, GUNHEE upgraded version.
itself, as you can see. I also think the VFX artist did an amazing job, as you can see on the skill, because it's one of the most beautiful skills I think we have in the game.
Yeah, no, she looks gorgeous. But you say here, ignore the skill effects. Is that because it's not final, or?
Yeah, because it's not final. As you can see, when I use the first skill, it gives the buff from Alicia. And when I use the second skill, it does only damage one time and then it doesn't trigger again. That's because I've used as like the baseline for the skills. I used the Alicia skill effects basically because the new skill effects are not in the game implemented.
Okay, so there. All right, never mind, Alpha. I should have watched a little further. You explained it. So this is in fact him putting in just Alicia's skill. So I'm assuming if she does have a shield, it's probably going to look like a thorn or something naturey, right? So thank you.
Files.
I see what you're saying. So the visual effects are correct, but the actual effects the skill have are not.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
basically it.
That's very cool. And so she's a wind healer / support.
Yeah, that's basically it. She's meant to be what Min is to the light team and what Melin is for the water team. I think she's a really good supporter if they keep it the same from what I know. She maybe can be used on other teams also, like Melin and
Universal.
Min, but we will have to see about that and how players manage to do combinations with her and other hunters, including upcoming hunters also, which is way more than enough.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I could definitely see a team with her, Amamiya, and Wu Jinchul being quite powerful.
Yeah, she is a very good buffer to both of them. She's supposed to be a good buffer. Again, we can be for certain until they release the character itself. But yeah, she's a very good character. I have to say the release date is indeed interesting because we have the Wu Jinchul killer banner coming this week, I think. And then we are supposed to get Summer Part 2, which is in like the 21st of August, I believe, or even before that.
At the same time.
And with that, we will get her in her summer skin, which is her only skin from what I'm aware of. She was supposed to have another skin, but it seems it might have been scrapped, like Myray skin. Maybe it's saved for later or something like that. The release schedule is indeed weird though, because we also have GUNHEE coming in like a week difference or even less, which means people will have to decide on what they want to summon, unless Netmarble decides to make it a single banner for both of them.
Listen, I'm going to be real with you guys. If they're thinking that people are going to choose her over GUNHEE, I don't care if she's the most powerful. I don't give a shit if she summons Captain Planet or Superman with her kryptonite looking move, or, you know, the whole fucking Justice League of America pops up, including the Avengers and X-Men. I don't give a crap if she summons Saitama. Shout out to Saitama. If it's between her and GUNHEE, two reasons why she's not going to get summoned. Number one, it's GUNHEE. And number two, we've got a shitload of waifus. So at this point, even the males are looking for some... Even the males are trying to add more to the sausage party, right? So, yeah. By your powers combined, I am Captain GUNHEE, bro. Ain't nobody summoned for this girl if it's a competition between the two of them. So Netmarble, you better smarten up. Don't make these two compete. Separate them. Separate these banners. And please, for the love of God, don't put them in the same banner together and make people compete. You're going to lose a lot of players. And you're probably going to lose a lot of free-to-play players, but you may lose some spenders as well who are just kind of like, what is going on here? So instead of combining two SSR limited characters in one banner and making them compete against each other, you should 110% just create a weapon banner and give us that instead, and just keep things the way they're going with the limited. That's fine. Just separate them. Different timing. Ain't nobody waiting for her. Ain't nobody losing sleep over her. Please, for the love of God, don't do it.
But I think we all know that's very unlikely to happen.
So you mean that basically it's going to be back-to-back then, in theory? It's going to go her, then go GUNHEE?
Yeah, that's basically it. That's the plan. From what we are also aware of, because of the fact they are both in the lobby already, and the fact they have Pinties to come very soon.
No, I hear you. I mean, that's going to be definitely a challenge to decide which is the unit to focus on if you're a F2P player or a low spender. That's going to be tough.
Yeah, I have to say though, I am interested about what motivations people will have to use the win team, because as we also discussed in the live stream, the wind team is not really pushed that much because you also have the water team, which does the same thing for the same type of content. For example, workshop and also the bosses in the new dungeons.
I'll explain what they're going to be used for. I'm gonna go on a limb here. All right, on a limb, and I'm not talking about the Robin Hood limb. I'm talking about my hunch. I think the wind team is going to be the secondary team or the primary team to fight against Methus when he comes out on the higher floors for WOBL, and then light team will also be there. So I think it's going to be wind and light as the next elements for WOBL. My guess. My hunches are pretty damn accurate. Don't need to be a leaker. Just got to have a brain. That's my theory. Let's see what happens.
So it feels like Wind is a little gimmicky right now. She might be able to push Wind into a more center stage, like what Maylin did for Water, because Alicia before Maylin was not a top character. People did not use her that much, and after Maylin released, she just became a must-use character in almost every content, basically.
Yeah, no, for sure. It just reshaped the...
Little bit disagreement on that one. Before Maylin, Alicia was top 2 characters in the game. So I don't agree with Alpha on that one. I know for a fact that majority of players that I knew were using Alicia before Maylin even existed, because Alicia was doing insane amount of damage with her core attacks, especially with the solid foundation. So I kind of don't agree with that statement. I will agree though that Maylin did put the team at the forefront and center as the top team in the game with her and Alicia. But I don't think Alicia was not being used before Maylin. Alicia was top 2 DPS with Cha at the time. I could even arguably be top first place, and I showed you guys the testing on that. So I kind of disagree on that one. Just kind of like saying that Mireille is not being used at all without Hansime. That won't be true. People are using Mireille. She's killing it right now. Hansime is just going to even evolve her even further, I'm assuming, right? So
the entire meta at that point. I mean, you always have to wonder, because they're always, cooking up and releasing new content. It could maybe be a precursor that we're going to be seeing, maybe not in August, but possibly in September, some sort of wind weakness content that would, justify having a really strong wind team.
Yeah, and maybe also the 75 and 100 floor of the workshop of Brilliant Light might be also weak to water and wind, like what we have right now, but that's something we will have to see, because the story Baron and Asil and all of the other bosses are indeed seem to be weak to dark, and I will give more teasers in the next live stream we do, but yeah, there is a lot more going behind the scenes regarding stuff like that.
Yeah,
to push other types more to center stage.
Yeah, but I mean, the sense they're giving is basically they're sort of slowly rotating the main content through the various elements as time progresses. So I'm sure we'll see something.
Yeah, especially with Dark, for example, being a type that is a little lackluster right now, which I think everyone can agree on.
The worst.
Yeah, definitely.
The worst.
All right, well, that all sounds great. Any other points you want to cover on here?
No, I think that basically covers it all. I don't think there is a lot to talk about until she's fully revealed. I think people will enjoy her, I hope.
There's a move right there. I'm sorry, but this outfit looks 10 times better than this outfit. Not gonna lie, I'm much more into that. So there you guys go. Again, thank you to Kazi, Nato, and Alpha Leaker for giving us this information. I don't give a shit if you summon Captain Planet, bro. If you're going against GUNHEE, GUNHEE is going to punch Captain Planet in the face and then knock you out as well, too, and just take over. Please don't make them compete. I'll see you guys in the next one.